So as you could see, wow, that was a really crazy DJ live story from Azax. But now let's receive SKAZI, my good friend. And just before to invite him here with us, let me resume briefly how I know him and the first time we met. It was actually back in 96 or maybe 97, one of my first times in Israel. I was playing there, I was a young kid. And I was playing with my friend Nomad, and you know, in that time there was no hotels for the DJs and for the artists. It was very underground, the beginning of the Goa trance movement. And we were staying most of the time in the sofa of the living room of the promoter. That was the case anyway in that time, but we had an argue with the guy because he was an asshole anyway. If you hear us. And so we decided to take our stuff and to go in Tel Aviv, and we were hanging around in the park. Wow, shit, what are we going to do now? Where are we going to sleep tonight? You know, it was even hard in that time to afford an hotel. And then we heard, oh, Cedric, Nomad, oh, we look, and it was Asher. SKAZI was here, he was with this dog, you know, in the park, and he recognized us, and then he invited us, you know, for 1 week in his place, and then, believe me, for the next 10 or 15 years, every time I was going to Israel, most of the time I was going to Israel, I was going to stay with Asher, my friend, and I met him much before SKAZI and even before he was learning how to DJ. And that's why we are still now very good friends. So let's welcome him. And as you will see, we have some stories in common. So instead of a full crazy DJ live sequence, I think there will be few stories in the full interview. Let's watch this now. Hey, hello Asher, thanks to come for visiting us, thanks to visit us anyway. I'm very happy to welcome you. How are you?
I'm amazing in those days actually. You know what is amazing? I'm in the Corona vibe. We're all now in a situation of stay home. I'm already like almost 7 months, 6 months already at home.
Yeah, like all of us. But you get the COVID, we don't.
Yes, you know what? Unfortunately, I got the coronavirus, the COVID-19. I was sick for 3 weeks at my house. I had all the side effects. I had all the full story of the coronavirus. I lost my taste and smell. I had fever. I become crazy. I have all the side effects actually. I cannot remember a thing good. I'm confused.
And you recover now?
Yes, I'm now recovered, I believe 100% from the COVID, but still I have the side effects. It will stay for a while.
You are ready to get attention from anywhere, huh?
Yeah, I can get attention even from the COVID, man. I tell you the truth. I'm one of the first, the first DJ in the world that get the coronavirus. Yeah.
Why I'm not surprised, you know? In the beginning, I see the change in you. With the airport security, you know. In the beginning, I was hiding your name. Then, you know, when you became a little bit famous in Israel, I can say, what's the purpose of your visit? I go to visit my friend. What's his name? SKAZI. Okay, open your bag. And now, the last time, you know, with your friend, SKAZI. Oh, can I speak with him on the phone? You know?
You know what I tell you about this? People know that I'm doing psytrance music for many years, right? This kind of the style of that I do. But lots of things happen here in Israel in these years that people in the world don't know. They don't know that I been part of a TV shows and been part of even a reality shows. Yes, I did some primetime shows like Ninja VIP, you know, stuff this here in Israel. And actually, I just came now from a panel in the main channel here in Israel. I was part of a conversation panel of 1 hour and a half, you know, when you sit in the studio and talk about news and shit, and I'm there, you know. I don't have so much what to say about this because I'm non-politic guy, you know. But I can talk about my things, how I see things in this time of the corona. And you know what I'm doing now in those days? I'm doing a campaign for energy drink XL. I'm the main presenter, and I did my first SKAZI can of XL.
Well, I'm waiting for it.
4 days, man.
Keep one for me. I might come to Israel soon.
In 4 days, the campaign is coming out. So it's gonna be 5 million SKAZI XL energy drink.
Man, it's cool.
Man, it's crazy, man.
Every time we speak, I cannot stop thinking about all the time that we spent when I met you and all the evolution of your career and mine too in the same time, but now different ways. But it's so cool, man. When I'm so happy for you.
Listen, we need to do something. It's not enough to be artist in those days. You need to be a multi-talent. You need to do many things if you wanna stay in the game. You have to first of all do good music. Second, you have to do more things. You have to be more social. You have to be more in a way commercialized. You have to be like that too.
Now. I remember sometime I tour in Brazil, I have more equipment in my bag to shoot videos with the drone and the camera and everything than to play the music with my 2 USB keys in my pocket,
There you go. It's not mean how small is your USB, but they can be full of bombs. But I can tell you that the big change that I feel that happened to me, first of all, one of the biggest changes happened to me now, here in the Corona. But before that, when I started, I was very hardcore, trance punk guitars. And then with the time...
underground. But then little by little, I saw your evolution because I met you before even you began to be DJ. And I saw all the evolution. Man, I am impressed, really. You don't know, but this guy is like a machine, He can stay in the studio so many hours just focusing 2 days maybe, and every day and for years. This is why he is SKAZI.
But you know what? What happened to us now? It's a really difficult situation because, we've been together, all of us, in many big things. We've been in the SARS. We've been traveling at the time of 9/11. But something like how they stopped the world with the Corona, I never saw it in my life. But what it's changed about all musicians in this time, I can tell you, because now I cannot release bangers of dance floor. So what I'm doing, all my collaborations too, that I did with Omiki, with Blessed Toys, and one that I released in the end of the month in Ultra Music, it's the music is less banging because there's no dance floor. The crowd now is sitting at home. So I try to figure it out, how to bring the music still to be relevant in this time of the Corona. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean because I'm doing ambient now. I cannot make so much trance now because I know there are no parties. So, there are no goals. Even if I make one, I release, it will not be played in a party. The motivation is not the same.
Yeah, it's totally changed now. And I can tell you, something will happen after this Corona that nobody knows, but I believe it's going to be a very big change of the scene, of the music, of the people, because we're losing now one circle of people, man, of 1 year. To lose 1 year circle of parties and people and audience, everything's changed. People's changed their music style even in that time. I mean, the crowd.
Of course.
You know what I mean? Okay.
Well, we make music, when we make music for parties and there are no parties, there are no point to listen to this music because this music is being made to be danced in parties anyway.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh yeah. First of all, I had the crazy stories with girls on stage. This happened to me more than one time. I can tell it's very quickly, but I have more crazy than that. Because you know what? There is so many stories happen to us in this period of time that we are playing that it's not even logic. First of all, one time I was talking with a girl, had things, I don't know how to say it nice. And then I didn't call the girl anymore. I come to the party, I played, this girl was jump on the stage, run to me, slap me in the face in front of 20,000 people and go. So that was a story that I will never forget because I get slapped in my face in front of everyone.
Oh man.
She go like, and then she sent me a message. She go like, you have to know who to how she call it?
Oh
who
man,
to ignore.
There must be a video of
you
this.
have to understand who
Is
you're
there
ignoring.
any video?
Oh my God, you crazy fuck! So anyway, that was one of the stories. I have so many stories that happened to me, in that time.
But I don't think that I can tell like some scary ones sometime, like the police stopped the party you were playing in a country that, it's not cool.
Oh man, the police. Oh man, the police stories, I had them so much. It's funny because one time, I think we've been in Sweden, if I recall, nice, and the police was jumping on the party, right? And in that time, we had the place in Amsterdam. You remember we had the place in Amsterdam?
Yes.
So we was flying from Amsterdam to Europe, to all the places. So the police jump on me and go like, in Sweden, they go like, you smoke weed? And I said, for sure smoke weed. They just came from Amsterdam. And they go like, no, you have weed. I said, no, I'm a DJ, I don't have weed, but I just came from, do you use drugs? I say, yeah, in Amsterdam. Just came from Amsterdam. And the police didn't believe that I say yes. You're supposed to say no.
Yeah, they are not used to it. I know, man. I do this all the time.
But when I stopped to smoke, when I stopped to smoke weed, it was I think 5 or 6 years ago. It's more make me funny, I laugh because first of all, less people they less stop me because I less look like I don't know, like a hippie or something. I look more like a regular guy. I think so, maybe.
It's hard for me to judge.
I don't know, but maybe tattoos and this, but I look like more like artists that tell me what you are, like a singer. What are you? So I'm a DJ, and I go like, okay. The story about the DJs, what was before and what is today, it's different. Today, DJs have a big respect near what we was doing because we was playing in like a psytrance acid parties. And that was the status of the DJ, you know what I mean? Today it's changed, I mean, they look at you, they go like, what are you doing? I'm a DJ, international DJ, they go like, okay. And you see that you're flying like business class and they check this stuff, they see this, they more chill out, they're more relaxed.
Of course, also we are not 20 anymore. When we were 20, traveling the world with all the rings, space stripe t-shirt, fluo for me, and you like a punk, of course they arrest us. I mean, if I was a cop, I arrest myself.
Yes, for sure. But today you can see
yeah, even I like to believe I look almost normal.
You look always the same. You know what? Since I know you, you look always the same. You look ridiculous with the SKAZI t-shirt. This is for sure.
Yes, I know. That's why I put it. But man, it's very old one.
Yeah, it's the old logo even. Yeah, I see it. It's the old. First of all, I want to say we have such a big history. I don't know if people know that we know for many years.
Yeah, well, I tell them from 97, I guess we met.
Yeah, even little bit. Yeah, 97, something like this. We start our friendship so long time ago. So we have so many stories, crazy stories together. One of them is really this one in Mexico. Oh, the one with the earthquake, when we've been together in earthquake in Mexico, in Eagle's place, out in the building, and we have to run because everything was moving.
In Eagle's place, yeah, when it was moving in the building.
Yes.
So you went to the window to check, and it was, no, not to the window.
You remember we work on the track, Who Touched My Bassline?
Exactly.
I remember why we call it like this.
Of course.
After this 10 years or something like this that it's happened, I want to tell you a secret. Okay?
I'm listening.
The secret is like this. We was working on the track Who Touched My Bassline. In that moment, that was the earthquake there. Everybody run outside. I run back to the studio. I delete 2 parts of the bassline and I run back. You touched the
bassline. Why, you think I didn't know?
And then I would touch the bassline because even with the earthquake, I changed the bassline. I touched
then I
the
came back in the studio. Who touched the bassline? Who touched my bassline? And this is how the track was born. Wow, yes. So nice.
Okay, I think the story was. One time we've been in a party in Montenegro. I remember, if I recall it good, it was in a submarine base or something like that. And then I was drunk after the party. To remove to the party and go back, you have to go by a boat. And I decide, like always, that I like to be the captain. So I want to drive this boat, right? So I took the boat. The guy let me, because DJ, I don't know how can you let a DJ drunk to drive this boat, to sail. And he let me do that. And I was driving and I see the stick and I just put the stick in front and somehow the engine goes so strong, engine stop. We are in the middle. Somehow I think I blow the engine. We all stand there. Lots of people, very drunk, very high, on the same boat. And it was a funny moment for me. Because the Serbian people, even if something happened like this, they're always happy. These people are... You want to stuck with Serbian guys and girls on a boat. Because you know that we stay, the guys will stay always happy.
Man, you good? Yeah, me too. But yeah, I'm a little bit sad, huh? It's the end of the episode. Little bit sad, you know, yeah. Yeah, I know bubblegum interview, yes, I know, but this, you know, we cannot force the DJs, huh? It's everybody is freedom, huh? This is what we want, huh? Freedom before everything, huh? So, yes, it's the end of this one. We will come back soon. But now it's a little bit complicado. Porque it's, you know, lockdown, pandemic. So it will be hard to meet with the team to edit everything. But anyway, whatever happens, I'm telling you now, we will come back with more guests and more everything and more crazy life and more bubblegum. So I see you in the next episode. Yeah, man. Yeah.